Hey, Halle, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm still at the point where I've spoke to so many famous people, yet the thought of interviewing Fraggles makes me quite nervous.
Oh, I love it, Scott. Have you met the? Have you? I understand your feeling. Have you met the Fraggles yet?
No, not yet. No, after this.
Okay. Oh, I'm so excited for you to meet them.
I had loads of questions prepared and then had to change them because then I realized, wait a minute. And then in the email it said they don't know about the real world. So I was like, oh, okay, I have to change all my questions.
Oh, it's true. It's true. But they're going to be very supportive of any question you ask. You're going to have a blast.
I hope so.
I spent half a year with the Fraggles in Calgary, and I talked to them every day. Every day, Wembley would. My son was with me, and he would do his Zoom school in the trailer and come on the set. Lucky kid. And every day, Wembley would try to play a joke on him, and Theo, it just became a thing. So I know that those guys will have a lot of fun with you if you let
That's
them.
good. That's good to hear. See, I grew up with Fraggle Rock. I had it in my life when I was a kid. It was
Yeah.
a big thing when I was little. So did you, when you come to do this one, did you feel kind of the impact of that original one and kind of the, not pressure, I guess, but just the original show was such a big deal for so many people?
Oh, yes, it was a big deal for me. I've been at the company for 27 years creating television, and the reason I'm there is because of the Muppets, of a little frog sitting with a banjo on a log singing Rainbow Connection, of Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, and Fraggle Rock. I love Fraggle Rock. So you have the fans of the show that have been inspired by it, like myself and John Tartaglia, going back in and making it. So you can bet that we honored the original essence of everything on the series. And then our hope and dream was just to plus it,
Yeah.
just to make the adventures bigger, to get premium with the production value, with what they're capable of doing in terms of adventures, the music. We definitely felt like, let's bring the rock and roll back to Fraggle Rock. Let's do it. Let's get really into it. And so also inviting voice talent. I think people might think like, why did you invite voice talent to be on it? It's like, because we want to bring rock and roll back. So they're going to play the voices of some of our guest Fraggles, working with the Foo Fighters, career highlight.
Hey, can't
You
wait.
know, career highlight. Foo Fighters and Uncle Traveling Matt. You can't go wrong. But it was tremendous. And I will tell you, in all seriousness, one of the things that we did in the beginning of the show when we created it is we brought together. I call it the Fraggle Gaggle. There were like 40 people on Zoom, but we brought together so many of the original people that were a part of the series, from Jocelyn Stevenson to all the performers, right? Dave Goles and Karen Prell, and then all the new creative team, and then all kinds of people like poets and people who study children and what's important to them. And we just sat down and we're like, let's do the same thing that Jim Henson wanted to do, which was have this show transform the lives of families everywhere and help make the world a better place. Sounds corny, but I love it. I'm all about hope punk. So we sat down, we thought, okay, what are the modern messages today that families need to hear? And so you'll see that in the show. You'll see all kinds of issues, from dealing with cleaning up the oceans of microplastics, to teaching kids about boundaries and consent, to self-care. That's my favorite episode. To all kinds of really, really important topics, even how to be a good ally to refugees. So they sound so deep and intense, but at the same time, we give them this like sheen of felt and feathers and color and song and a lot of joy. I think the world needs joy right now. I think the world needs Fraggle Rock right now.
The world does need Fraggle Rock right now, so
We need
I'm
Fraggles.
so glad
Yeah.
it's back. Halle, thank you so much for your time. Absolute pleasure.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I'm gonna go have some fun with some Fraggles.
Yeah, well, have a great time.
Later. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that
yeah.
from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey, you guys.